Uncle Go Clip.
We have to go into the topic of goals because in this whole self-development journey, goals are one of the big topics and one of the big solutions actually to a lot of problems and a lot of kind of like questions that people have. Tell me, Olivier, do you set goals for yourself?
Yes.
How do you do it? How do you approach this whole goal setting? Like, do you have a routine how you do it? Do you focus on the steps first or first the outcome? Like, tell me more about it.
I don't think I'm the most proficient there, but that's a process that I'm going through. At the beginning of the year, for example, this year I've put some goal for the end of the year, with my coaching. Now, obviously, COVID and stuff has changed the perspective, but I think that there are two things here. There is the goals and the journey, and you need to embrace the journey as you embrace the goals, and you need to I think the goal might change at time because the journey has created other avenue, other routes that you hadn't thought of. Now, being single-minded and focused, it's great. You got a point, and whatever is in the middle, you extract and you focus. But this is why I think the element of and that goes back to conversation that we had earlier around the object or the purpose. It's like, if I want the Ferrari, well, it's kind of like, why do I need to do that? When it becomes the purpose, is goals come from the purpose sort of thing. How am I going to fit into the purpose through specific goals? And then the goals might actually change. So I think that some stuff that I've done is I've laminated. So I've structured some goals for the year by quarter, and then what I'm doing kind of like a few months. And then it's almost as you got here again, different school of thoughts. Is you are going to have one school of thoughts who will be, okay, then you take it, you laminate them, and I've done that for a few, and you remind yourself all the time what they are. Another school of thought is like, okay, now you got your goal, leave them aside. Leave them aside and let your unconscious work it out. Now, you need to be committed, you need to be going for it, but in terms of the how, it's not your problem. When you fly Dublin to LA, you don't know what the pilot is doing. What you did is you bought your ticket. It was like, okay, I bought my ticket. I want to go to LA. All the detour and the thing that the pilot is doing, well, you don't know, right? And this is where your subconscious, your unconscious will kind of like work it out in terms of the how. So, and this school of thoughts I really like is like, okay, so set a few things and then let him think, and that's kind of like a bit more my style. Now, hustle and make sure that you are in the here and now and do the things, right? Is you need to set goal for the future but live in the present. So, and in the present is like, how am I, what I'm doing here today will help me getting where I want to go, right? And this is the question I'm now asking myself. I'm not going to say all the time, but often, is how we only have, I mean, let's put it in a different way. For someone who doesn't have goal, you only have 24 hours in a day, of which you are going to have to sleep a third of it, of which you will probably work for a third of it, and then you got like a bit of time left, a third. So the question is like, what do you do with your time? and how do you optimize it or maximize it, or let's put it in a different way, just use it. So use it will be, okay, so you're using your time. So are you using your time for you, for others, for what is it? And then actually, as you cannot do everything, it's impossible to do everything.
Yeah.
You need somehow to prioritize. Somehow. I'm not saying that everyone needs to prioritize all the time, but somehow, and it's something that we do naturally, we prioritize. My wife, my kid, my job, my project, your podcast, whatever it is. So in the fact of prioritizing, you are lining up what your key values or what is important to you. So fundamentally, without you saying it, you have your set goals. I want my kid to have a good education. Therefore, I am and I want to be liked, or I want my kid and I to have a good relationship. Therefore, I will be at school every day at 4:30 to grab her or grab him.
Uh-huh.
That's an objective. You haven't structured it as such, but then therefore that has become your priority. So what becomes your priority becomes your goal. Now, the question is, do you keep them unwritten, unspoken, or do you spell them out and write them somewhere? And Jim Rohn said that it's funny. I was listening to something about him. Is like a lot of people are going to spend more time planning their holiday than they are going to plan their own life.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.